Good all times out there, and welcome back to Infinity Complex Palace of the Immortals. I am your immortal king, Chris. I have Gamgee with me and another friend, Lloyd, named Lloyd. You guys obviously can't hear them as before. I don't know what's up with that, but there's nothing we can do about that. We are back with more Fallout 4. I am so glad to see you guys. Check this out. Last time left off looking at my power armor. We had done Ada's little mission, and now I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the armor. Oh no, I got in! You got a problem with that? Oh, look, and JR just joined us. No, I did not. They were making fun of me for my intro because I called myself the Immortal King. So, Lloyd, let me just explain to you what the Infinity Complex actually means, okay? What Infinity Complex actually means. Oh, you want me to shut up? Shutting up. Cheese Doodle Whale Fuzz. Rude. Alright. Lloyd's mad because we talked during his intro. So, Lloyd, the Infinity Complex was this fantasy idea I came up with a long time ago, and the Infinity Complex is essentially an endless. You know what the word complex means when it refers to like a group of buildings? Okay, so Infinity Complex is basically a complex in that context that goes on endlessly, and basically uh it basically consists of walls that you walk through that take you from dimension to dimension of various video games and the like, because video games, there's just so many of them, like a multiverse type situation. Exactly. So Infinity Complex is a type of multiverse, or like a multiverse meeting ground. Correct. And then it's this big, it's essentially a giant, but it's a palace. It's like palatial, right? And it's a place for these guys to come and hang out, that's sort of neutral ground where they don't have to fight, kind of like a Mario Kart type situation, And so there's that, and then the people, the humans, us on YouTube and stuff, that come in and they go through these walls and they spend time with the avatars as we play the game, right? Those people who talk, they're the immortals. They are, because I believe that, the internet is forever. Whatever you do on the internet or say on the internet, that's forever. So it's sort of it's a form of immortality, like writing a book or making a movie with or like directing a movie. You leave a mark on the world. So in doing so, you've made yourself immortal in a way. And so my followers are my immortals. That's what I call them. This dude doesn't know how to tell time. Lloyd's explaining what he's planning to do with this video. Gotcha. Whatever you want to do. It's your channel, man, not mine. Anyway, so me being, the guy who started the channel, I'm the Immortal King, and my fiance, she started the channel with me, so she's the Immortal Queen. Skill Viper joined us a couple years in and started playing a lot more regularly, and he's been a big part of the channel, and he's in a lot of my videos now. So he's the Immortal Prince, and Gamgee here has been around for a few years as well, and he's the Immortal Duke. I like to think of him as a crazy duke. I gave him a parcel of land and he's turned it into a fun house. A squire is somebody who works for a knight attempting to acquire their knighthood. A duke is a nobleman given a parcel of land by a squire is a knight in training, so to speak. They work for a knight, cleaning their armor, helping them don their armor. Yeah. Basically a knight's intern. Exactly. And if they do well enough, they'll get a knighthood. Yeah, and eventually they'll be rewarded a knighthood if they survive or do well enough. But think of it this way. You played the Fallout games, right? Fallout games? Yeah, but do you know what you know who the Brotherhood of Steel is? Okay. Third guy, that's Viper. Yeah. You may have to adjust him on your end, man. And that's Viper. Lloyd's having audio issues. Okay. Master of Ceremonies is Gamgee. Skill Viper is JR. And I am Goblin Lich King. That's JR. That's Skill Viper. He's not near his phone, but that's him. Okay. Oh, okay. Lloyd is explaining what he's gonna do with his video. Well, that's why I haven't been able to explain to you guys what I'm doing. So, guys, as you remember the last time I left off, I was messing around with Ada's quest, and this is to get to the third Robobrain. So, I'm sorry I haven't been able to explain what's been going on. And now we're dropping into the Fort Hagen hangar to find the third Robobrain. Side with the Minutemen. Side with the Minutemen. Because they're not good people. The Minutemen are. The Minutemen don't want to. The Minutemen don't want everybody to be getting killed over toasters. Protecting settlers that need assistance. They're like the Robin Hoods of the wasteland. And the Brotherhood is the Sheriff of Nottingham. We must kill the Robin Hood and take his bow. Because bows are technology, and only we can have technology. Just saying, that's the Brotherhood. They're evil. Gamgee insists the Brotherhood is some sort of righteous cause. I know they're not. They're just as corrupt as Vault-Tec. I wouldn't be surprised if the Brotherhood of Steel was started by a survivor of Vault-Tec. And the whole thing is just an attempt to gain control of the most technology so they can revive their corporation. You weren't ready for that, were you? Is it? Root folder. Alright, I need to heal. Cooked soft shell meat, yummy, and some Blamco brand mac and cheese. I didn't hear the question. I'm in the middle of a lot of gunfire, so... Oh, I can't tell you. I used a capture card. Yeah. I had an... Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it was like... Elgato? Yeah, an Elgato capture card. $150. Yeah. My brother, I bought the capture card and I used it for a little while, but I didn't end up needing it as much. My brother bought a microphone, but ended up not needing it as much. He bought a Yeti, and the Yeti cost him like 140. So at some point in time, he's like, "Hey, you don't use your capture card that much, right?" And I was like, "No, not really." I'm like, I was thinking about putting it on Craigslist or something. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 hang on." He's like, "You want my microphone?" I was like, "Yeah, I want your microphone. It's a good microphone." So he's like, okay, how about we trade? I was like, deal. That Yeti, I used that Yeti for a while after we moved here, but we can't really use it right now because we don't have a good environment that's quiet enough to use it in. Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh, look, an overdue book. Squirrel. Yeah. I found an overdue book and my attention span shifted like a dog seeing a squirrel. Squirrel. That's... See, that is such love that you'd show to that squirrel. I'd be afraid to pet a squirrel. See? I'm sure it would love to have its fluffy tail pet. Man, where are these guys at? Alright, here we go. Security door, closed door. Did I want to do that? Oh my gourd. There is a giant robot on the other side of the security gate named Ahab. And it is the most terrifying sentry bot I have ever seen. It looks like if a golem made out of spiked bowling balls came to life. Oh, look, another suit of... Oh, it's T-51 power armor. Hello, beautiful. Well now, this has left me in a bit of a pickle. It's not easy for me. It's not going to be quick for me to get out of here. Is it? Is it going to be? Oh, Jeebus. I can't remember how I got in here. This way?
I trust you're enjoying my company. You and I make quite an effective team.
Yes, it was this way, I think. Yeah, there's the chandelier of skulls. What a lovely arrangement. It reminds me of Mama's cooking at home. Back to the Red Rocket to drop off this suit of... Oh my god, what was that? Well, I have a new nightmare. KMG. It looked like somebody combined a ghoul with an assaultron. And then gave it robot wings. You know the... You know the Revenants from Doom? Leave it that way. Oh. Okay. I can't. Man, I had a lot of good stuff. And some noodle cups. Alright. I thought you were going to do an intro or something. Oh, right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, that's fair. No, no importance. There it is again. What is that thing? That is terrifying. It keeps popping up in the tooltip menus when I'm in the loading screens. I don't know what it is, but it is horrifying. Let's go steal some T-51 power armor. Let's go steal it, yeah. Stealing some T-51 power armor, yeah. Get an upgrade. Alright, now we went this away. This away. Did we go that way? Oh, hey! I can take a shortcut. Doop, doop, doop. Nope, nope, nope. Ah! Nope, 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 nope. Yes! Let's go steal some T-51 power armor, yeah. Oh yeah, let's do this, guys. Stomp, stomp, stomp in my T-51. Ada, where are you? Vault Tech. Nope, Vault Tech. Nope. Vault Tech wanted spoilers. Spoilers. Major spoilers. You may want to skip like the next 15 minutes of what I'm about to say. No, no, no. Like for anybody who's listening, anybody who already knows, they're fine. But for people who's listening and don't want to know, they may want to skip what I'm saying for the next bit. So, yeah, so I'm talking to my fans, I'm talking to whoever's watching and you're recording, but you may be able to cut it too if you want. But for anyone's edification, this is what happened. Vault Tech, greedy as they are, decided that they would build the vaults and use them to experiment on people, while at the same time making a bunch of money off of these people by telling them it would keep them safe. When in reality, what they were actually doing was not only experimenting on people, but lying. In the background, they were manipulating events, and when all was said and done, they pulled the trigger. They launched the missiles. They nuked the world. And companies like Robco, Nuka-Cola, you know, the big name brands that are still around in the game that you find everywhere, those companies were the heads of Vault Tech. Yeah. So these companies basically planned the end of the world so that when the nuclear radiation was all gone and whatnot, they could then turn around and claim the world under their own rule. Go ahead. Cosworth is talking for him. Oh, I've got lasers everywhere in there. And I still haven't gotten to Ahab. that is hard to say. It really depends on you. I skipped that part because it can be a little boring. You're making your character and all that other stuff. Oh, okay. So. Oh, really? Well, what if I told you this? What if I told you that you and your wife can both be altered, and that's their permanent appearance for the rest of the game, and their combined appearance dictates the appearance of your child? Well, then you just left out a whole creative aspect of the game, and you didn't take into play the whole genetics thing they built in. You just. Eh, no, but it's just way better, yeah. And you shame me. See? Now we're both ashamed. Look at what you've done. Yeah, how do you plan to unshame us? You should please. Oh my god. So, as Joe, what do you mean it's easier on cutscenes? Nothing, nothing changes in cutscenes. What are you talking about? It makes things easier in cutscenes. My cutscenes are perfectly fine. Yeah, nothing changes.
Got it.
Ah, now we get to the heart of the problem. You're lazy. I'm sorry, man. You got to remember, my sense of humor is Abbott and Costello, and Three Stooges, and a little slapstick, a little poke and prod. You know, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. 200 years. 200 years. Fusion core. The fusion cores in them are basically nuclear batteries. Actually, yes. Listen, no, well, not like that, but in a way, yes. So listen. If you give him a name, he can't say. Like, they programmed like 15,000 names with audio into the game. Every voice actor in the game said the name in different tones and different ways and things like that. So there are like 15,000 names in the game that you can give yourself, including names like Cherry, for instance. And they'll say your name. If you say a name they can't pronounce, they'll call you sir or madam. Or they'll go you, or they'll use some other like neutral term. Give me a name and I'll tell you, because I know a good chunk of them. Well, if you spell it with 2 L's or YD, yes. But by the way it's spelled in the other way, I don't think so. It might confuse the programming. Okay, it depends. What kind of character do you want to build? Somebody that's more mental or somebody that's more physical? Wait. What kind of character would you like to build? Stealth or direct combat.
Violence protocols engaged.
Look, efficiency changes depending on how you build. Your character becomes more efficient as you build your character. The question is what would you want to build? Do you want to build a character who's sneaky? Well, that again depends on the quest. My question is what kind of character do you want to build? Because no matter how you do it, there are different outcomes to every build. No matter how you build it, you're going to get a different outcome than the next guy over who did something just slightly different than what you're doing. So, my question to you is, do you want to build a character that's sneaky and uses guns, sneaky and uses melee weapons, direct combat, just gets in your face with a lot of guns, gets in your face with a lot of melee weapons, and bashes their face in with a sledgehammer? Alright, so you want a character that's going to be more stealth. You're going to want to run a character with high perception and high agility. Not too high, though. Okay, your strength is how much you can carry. Your perception is how well you are at doing stealthy things. Other than sneaking. How well you're like, you can pick locks or pick pockets. Your endurance is how much you can withstand chems and alcohol before you get addictions and start suffering from withdrawals. As well as how much damage you resistance you naturally have, and how much health you have. If you even out the board all the way across, you end up with 4s in everything. That's where I would start. Start with all 4s and then modify according to how you feel you really want. Your charisma is pretty direct. Every point of charisma you have gives you 1 point of chance to succeed out of 10 points. When you hit 10 charisma, you can pretty much convince anybody of anything. If you put that at 8 and get a good charisma item early in the game, you can pretty much talk your way out of most situations. That's what I'm running as a high charisma build. Do you want to run a combat build? Do you want to run combat's a big part of the game no matter what. But if you're trying to avoid combat for the most part, there are a lot of options to do that. It can. It can affect how people react to you in the first place, period. Well, that's programmed. They'll let you in and trust you no matter what. That's programmed. But the outcome of the situation, like what you're rewarded or how they even perceive you from then in, can be affected a little bit. You know? Just the way, and the things you say can affect people's decisions. And or not decisions, but perception of you. Intelligence dictates how many experience points you get, how well your energy weapons work, and how much you heal yourself. That is essentially what you would call an average character in this game. In other games, that would be the equivalent of a 5s across. Now, every time you level up, you can actually put a point into a stat. But hear me out on this. There is an ability in luck called Idiot Savant. Idiot Savant will give you a chance. It gives you a random chance to get 3 times XP for any action. However, the odds of that go down the higher your intelligence is. So if you run a low intelligence build, you want to run a high luck build. If you run a high agility and perception build, you really don't want to run a high strength build. Because the more you're carrying on you, the louder you are. The more you're wearing, the louder you are. The heavier the weapon you got equipped, the louder you are. Huh? It is. It is. I've had to unequip down to my weapon, and I managed to get close enough to somebody before to pickpocket them when I couldn't with just the weapon equipped. It's not a bad start, but I wouldn't do that. It's not as fun. Um, uh, let me let me look at my perk chart here and see what would be a good build for you to start. Well, but here's the thing: if you use it to boost your specials, you can't gain a perk that level. So you either have to choose a perk or a special boost. And your perks, that's the SPECIAL: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. Those are your special stats. But then you have your perks, and depending on what level each stat is at, depends on which perks are available to you. And some perks you might not use in the game. Like, I have 6 luck, and there's a perk called Mysterious Stranger. I don't use VATS that often, so the Mysterious Stranger perk is going to do me no good. In fact, my luck is so high that I have like 3 levels greater than what I need, and I wish I had spent those points somewhere else early in the game. Alright, then do me a favor if you're going to run 4s across the board. Really, really, really look at your perk chart, study it, and figure out how you want to build your character before you continue. Right, when you get your Pit Boy, you'll know. No, that's not the chart you're on. When you get your Pit Boy, you'll be able to get to it. And when you gain a level up, you'll go there. That's one of the first things you'll see. You'll level up when you get out of the vault. So you have nothing to worry about there. Who? Oh no! No, that's not talking! That's not talking at all! How is that talking? I walked up to Ahab because he was powered down and it was like, talk. So I was like, okay, talk. He goes, do not mess with security operations. Came alive and torched me. No! Is the baby crying? Well, I managed to get Ahab on the other side of a grate where he can't hit me, but I can hit him. So I'm just going to slowly whittle his health down with this combat rifle. This is all I've got. This is just going to be a long pop, pop, pop session. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, killing Ahab. Reloading. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop. Because baseball was... Yeah. Like, how do you... What? I'm carrying too much in power armor? Are you kidding me? That just offends my sensibilities. Tisk tisk. Wow.
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are
The
you doing
Robobrain
here?
did not fight me on this one.
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon. How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for. And you don't look
Yes.
like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the mechanism.
Hang on, I'm talking to Jezebel.
Correct. And I usually am. Then perhaps we can help each other with our respective.
She's a Robobrain that wants to help me.
I could definitely use the help.
I thought you might say something like that. Now, how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the mechanist, you're going to need more than just
Go talk to your baby.
You're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said
Yep.
access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics.
Jezebel wants to get as far away from these lunatics as possible and needs a new body. I'm a little afraid to give you a new body now, because that's a pretty dangerous offer or deal you're trying to make.
How do I know you'll keep up your end of the bargain?
You don't. You're just going to have to trust me.
What? No!
Do we have
No way! Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's my last autosave? I just failed that? No way did I fail that. That was 5 minutes ago. I'm going back 5 minutes. I don't care. I don't care. I just